Hello class, this is a video tutorial on the terminology of probability. To better understand and clarify the concepts that we will be learning in probability, we need the following specific terms. Chance experiment. A chance experiment is any action that has multiple possible outcomes or results when you do that action. So for example, when you throw a coin, when you roll a die, or when you select a card from a deck of cards, the result that comes out can be one of many different results. So you probably see this as said as randomly picking from whatever it might be. Sample space. The sample space is a list, a very important term here. It's a list of all possible outcomes in a chance experiment. The number of outcomes in a sample space is called the total outcomes. So let's find the sample space and total outcomes of the following chance experiments. So here we go. So when we throw a regular coin, our sample space, we write it as S for sample space, is equal to this funny looking bracket. So the results that can happen from a coin throw are heads or tails. And that there is our sample space. For the total outcomes, we just say that it's N for number of S. All this means is how many things are inside the sample space. In this case, there's 1, 2. So the total outcomes for this is 2. Rolling a regular die, the sample space for this, S, squiggly bracket, goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the number of things inside this list are 6. The month a person is born. So when you ask someone, what month are you born in? The total number of possibilities that they could say are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, etc. all the way up until December. So normally if you're to do this in an exam condition, you'd have to write down all 12 of them. So for this, the number of things, if we write all the months that can happen, it is 12 different months. The day a person is born. Well, the sample space for this, on any given week, a person can be born on Monday, Tuesday, this one I will write all of them, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So on any given week, a person can be born on one of these 7 days. And the total outcomes for the day a person is born on is 7. Events and favorable outcomes. Events are targets or desired results from a chance experiment. Favorable outcomes are those inside of the event that we might specify. For this, you'll see it as the event is labeled as E equals and the thing that we want. We might also use, instead of E for event, we might use event A, event B, etc. Event C, etc. You'll see an example of this here. Let's list the outcomes for the following event in the experiments. So the chance experiment is the rolling of a regular die, and I've written out the sample space here. If we now say that the event is E equals even numbers, well, we can write the favorable outcomes of this. even numbers that come from the dice. This is 2, 4, or 6. We can count the number inside the event, which is 3 different results. Multiples of 3 is our event. The favorable outcomes of this now, well, multiples of 3 are 3 and 6. So 3 and 6. The number inside this are 2 different outcomes. Less than 5. Once again, we can write E, squiggly bracket, less than 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The number inside of E, for this case, is 4. When it says at least 3, favorable outcomes for this are 3, 4, 5, and 6. The number of E are 4 numbers. Let's do one more example. You can pause the video and give this one a go yourself. So the month a person is born in, I've listed out all 12 months. And now let's say that the event A is a month in summer. The favorable outcomes are the months that are part of summer. In case you've forgotten, for Australia, it is December, January, and February. The number inside of A are 3 outcomes. A month with exactly 30 days. So the favorable outcomes of B are, hang on, let me see if I can remember them. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. September, April, June, and I think it's 30 days have September, April, June, and November. And the number inside of this are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. This is just a little tune that I remember learning from primary school. But I hope you still get the same idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. And lastly, the event is a month starting with the letter J. The favorable outcomes we can list. So January, June, and July. The number inside of the event C are 3 months. So I hope that gave you an insight into the terminology that we will be using. Once again, chance experiment, sample space, and total outcomes, events, and favorable outcomes. So hope that gave you an insight into this. Hope to see you as we continue on learning about probability. Best of luck.